First of all, shout out to Simi for the Bakemonogatari box set first season. If y'all don't know, this is my favorite anime and my favorite light novel. And Nishio Ishin is literally just my favorite writer. So it's just. And then he got me the Bubblegum Crisis. What do you guys know about the Night Sabers? What do you know about my girl Priscilla? Pris. Oh, and he got me a Dirty Pair on DVD. Bro, K and Yuri? K? Come on, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. Y'all like and subscribe and hit the bell down to stay notified and so to go through the 13-month series don't get you. Let's hop into this Tower God video.
時々俺が綺麗どうもそして僕を見て頑張りますあのね Y'all talking time just tick away You ain't clocking hours on the day All that watch is stopping what you claim Dollar crosses real got me name Hoping God just get me out this brain
Believe it or not, I actually know where this one is coming from. This question is because sometimes when you're kind of going, I can see a lot of you are kind of new here, which is awesome. Thank you guys for subscribing. By the way, I don't really grow quickly like that, so just to get like 200 in the span of 30 days is crazy for me. So I appreciate it. I know I always call Endrossi, Bong Bong, Uber Chan, Lyft Premium. I know I've almost never really truly seriously given a concrete opinion how I feel about the character either way. Do I like her? Do I dislike her? The only thing a lot of you would know from going through my older content is that she's not one of my quote unquote best girls in the series. So here's like my thoughts on Androssi in a nutshell. I don't hate the character by any stretch of the imagination. I like her. She's fine. She just as far as princesses go, she's just not one of my favorites. And as far as the main cast goes, she's not one of my favorites. And then obviously in the overall scape of a grand scheme of all the characters in this narrative, she's not one of my favorite characters. That's all it really is. It was never any deeper than that. It's just I always felt that for somebody as powerful as she is, I felt like she's so far been a little underutilized. And she just, as far as I'm concerned, ever since she got Bong Bong from the workshops, all she does. That's why I always call her Uber or Lyft because she's just taking somebody and teleporting them or Bong Bonging them away somewhere else. So just like, yo, she's Uber Chan. She's here to be a teleport merchant, get us out of danger merchant. But considering her motivations and what happened with her in the past, and the eating her own family type thing, or I can't remember exactly verbatim. Not that saying she literally did it, but like learning about that, we not knowing what family she could be from, which is a very interesting topic of discussion. I have seen and heard a lot of theories about it. I was actually speaking in my DMs about it not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago about it. If I thought that she was possibly from the Hendo Locke Blood Matter family, I said his whole name, but I think it's Blood. It's Blood Matter, right? Blood Matter. If she's from that family, does she have a sort of lifespan? Like, what clues do we have to kind of keep that? Like, there's a lot of intrigue around Endrossi and moving forward. If we ever do get some type of Princess of Jahad arc, where all the princesses' true latent motivations start coming out, and we start to see how they really feel. And I don't even know if this is a war with them against somebody, a war amongst them. A lot of them just end up in some type of grand conflict. You can interpret that in many different ways, but I am looking forward to a lot of the things that she's gonna do moving forward. And for a long time, when I believed SIU about like, oh, at this point, Bam is just God. He just did this what he wants when he wants and he's the good. But when I believed him at one point, I used to always use Endrossi as the measuring stick to show people that Bam is incredibly talented and has extreme potential and everything, but it's not like the greatest thing we've seen because as far as we've seen, there's a lot of instances where Endrossi is obviously she's older and she's been in the tower longer. I get that, and still being like I always say, like an irregular is probably the strongest thing in the tower from externally so from out. It becomes the strongest being in the tower that comes externally from it. So irregulars, strongest beings in the tower from outside the tower, whereas you have princesses of Jahad are the strongest beings in the tower from within the tower, right? Born in the tower, made in the tower, but so like they're like the strongest one-two punch, so to speak. So with that being said, Sometimes when Bam was running and stuff, I don't know if you remember around the name hunt station with the Karaka, when Karaka pulls up and stuff, when they're trying to keep up with her, they're like, because she's so physically gifted and strong as the Princess of Jahad with her body being reinforced and everything, they're like, yo, I can't even keep up unless I'm using Shinsu, right? So he has to use a Shinsu boost and reinforcement just to keep up with her regular running speed. And there's a blog post that said that FUG wanted Bam specifically because of his irregular status and what that meant in terms of the contracts and X, Y, and Z. I can't remember it verbatim, but I'll try to find it. And then we got this instance where it's not like he's extremely talented, but the title of a regular is going to matter more for why they want him to become a Slayer. And then I remember when Kun and Dawn was teaching them Shinsu quality, Shinsu property conversion, all that stuff. She was the one who learned her Shinsu quality the fastest. So to me, it seemed like he was keeping that trend going. She is talented. She is talented. Even when she faced Mad Dog, Bagarov, whatever you pronounce his name, and she dropped that man from hella far, and he's like, oh, shit, not bad. Like, considering all things considered, if you only took that much damage, that's pretty impressive. Like, she's dope. She's pretty. She's dope. She's strong. I think she has enough intrigue that I do care about learning more about her past and goals moving in the future. And obviously, she's one of the few characters I would say really and truly has shown signs of actually really liking Bam romantically. And we know what the conflict that they have because of the Jahad and the regular Bam against, the Jahad Empire, so to speak, rift and conflict. And obviously, they can't love in general. So I've always held her as one of the strongest regulars that we've seen and have been traveling with Bam. She's always, to me, been probably the strongest one for a while. Then maybe like her, like Ran and Kun kind of the top with like a Hatsu maybe. But I always saw her as the strongest. To me, I probably start to flip that thinking around the name hunt station. If I really go and look at it, I could probably find a moment where, like, okay, this is the part where Bam is clearly the most powerful in the group type B, but it's probably around the name hunt station. But even during the name hunt station, using her as the quote-unquote draw, like the hook for the arc, having her be like, oh my god, Androssi lost. Now, we didn't know the specifics of the floor and the game and the name tagging and name stealing and all that stuff at the time. And she ended up losing to Kaiser because of the way Kaiser fights and the inventory that she has, and Frenier, the wolf, animal user, all kind of things that you just weren't prepared for. But it was a big deal. Oh shoot, we're about to come to something really serious. And then she showed out against one of the Princess of Jahad when she was fighting against one of the Lobobia twins. I can't remember which one she was fighting. Was it Shalal or Lalal? The one with the blonde hair and pigtails was the one she was fighting against. But yeah, like, I haven't seen her too much in the third season. She was whipping the shit out of Traveler with the knack in that first chapter. They seem to have become a little bit closer in whatever way you want to look at it. She did help up a lot in the name hunt station. Her beef with Rachel was dope. Her actually teleporting and leaving Rachel on the train and shit to get captured. All that stuff was all good and fun, and I took it really well. I know I don't really praise her a lot or say a lot of good things about her, but I promise you I don't dislike Endrossi. She's totally fine. She's a good character. She's fun in her own right. She's fun. And I don't think I have anything else to say about her. Just looking forward to seeing her a lot more. Now, she's not out of the group, she's not a knack. That's my goal, I'm Knack Jahad, yes sir, but yeah, she's dope, and I understand why people really like her. And you know what's really crazy? Just as a quick side note, the horn that she has? I did not realize that she had that for a really, really long time. I just thought she had like a random partition. I literally did not notice the horn until like my fourth reread. And I'm like, wait a minute. She got like a horn there. I really did. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm blind, clearly. But I think at this point I'm just talking to talk. I think I've run out of things to say about the character. She's cool. Not one of my favorites. None of my favorite regulars, princesses, none of those things. But she's a good character. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. I just don't hold her as in high regard as some other people do. But for anyone who does, I respect it. I'm not mad at you for thinking she's like, the GOAT, greatest, top, whatever the case is. She's fine. She's dope.
In my drugs, pour it in my cup, sitting in my darkness with my ghouls, we pouring up. I don't really give a fuck, I don't really have a say. You tell me that I suck, I tell you